Elon Musk has once again gone viral for buying shares of Twitter, one of the biggest social media platforms. So, what if Elon Musk buys more Twitter shares? Watch this video until the end to learn more about it. Welcome to Elon Musk Era. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our upcoming videos about Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and more. The share price of Twitter soared by 30% on the first day of April, making the highest performance day in the company's historical history as a public company. Thanks to Elon Musk, they have seen their share price increase. Known as the King of Tesla, Musk is perhaps the most influential person in business and technology. He has a long history of influencing the cryptocurrency's share prices with his tweets and statements. He, for instance, triggered the incredible Dogecoin rally in July of 2020 when he posted a meme about its inevitability. However, this Twitter news is more significant than his usual antics, since the company's stock has started to move after he announced that he purchased 9.2% of its outstanding shares for a total price of around $3 billion. Musk now holds the majority of the company's shares, and Jack Dorsey, the co-founder of Twitter, owns only 2% of the company. Being the largest shareholder, the social media giant has given him a seat on the board. He therefore will be able to make a substantial impact on the company's strategy and operation. The investment already made by Musk has been quite profitable. This is because the shares of his company rose by almost $1 billion as soon as a stake in the company was announced. But that's nothing compared to the net worth of his company, which is $267 billion. A big stake in Twitter is something Elon Musk wants for many reasons, none of which are financial. So we'll look at how much influence Musk has over Twitter in this video and what his plans are. People use Twitter to discuss news, the stock market, celebrity gossip, politics, and whatever else catches their attention. Nowadays, Twitter has become an increasingly important public forum where people can share stories and discuss current events. Even though Twitter's monetizable daily active users have more than doubled in the last 5 years, it appears that the company is struggling. During the pandemic, adoption accelerated, and there are currently 217 million active users of the platform. It has significantly underperformed its social media peers and the overall market despite its impressive user growth. Since they have had trouble turning their user base into a profitable business, if you had bought their shares at their IPO in 2013, you would have been a little disappointed after Elon Musk announced the stake. This is because the company has only reported a positive net profit twice in the past 6 years. Twitter has a monetization problem, primarily because they're not very good at it. Compared to Twitter, Facebook had a revenue per daily active user of $59 in 2021, or more than double what Twitter earned. A big part of Zuckerberg's strategy is to mine as much data as possible from Facebook users and to target his ads leanly to maximize ad prices. Twitter does not offer this level of sophistication. Founder and longtime CEO Jack Dorsey's lack of focus was one of the reasons for Twitter's decline so far behind Facebook. The founding of Twitter made Dorsey a household name, but over time, he seemed bored with his company. Square, a payment processing company he founded in 2009, offers a device at an affordable price that for the first time allows small businesses to accept credit card payments. Currently, its market cap is close to double that of Twitter as a consequence of its success. Dorsey oversaw both Square and Twitter at the same time for many years. Multitasking is even harder than leading a multi-billion-dollar corporation for profitability. Furthermore, he also attends Bitcoin conferences and participates in various blockchains-related projects for additional involvement in the Bitcoin community. Square's business aligns more closely with his interest in cryptocurrencies. Also, Square's Cash App now supports Bitcoin transactions. Dorsey is so obsessed with Bitcoin that he is almost religious about it. His short comic book, My First Bitcoin, The Legend of Satoshi Nakamoto, can be found on the Cash App website. He even legally changed Square's name to Block, which stands for blockchain. Due to the business model of Twitter having no connection with crypto, Dorsey gradually lost interest in Twitter, and he focused his attention more and more on Square. Furthermore, he gradually sold his shares until he only owned 2% of Twitter, which puts him outside of the top 10 shareholders. The lack of performance of Twitter was partially caused by Dorsey's negligence relative to that of Facebook and other social media companies. In an attempt to force Dorsey out of Twitter, hedge funds such as Elliott Management and Silver Lake bought stock in the company. The company achieved this goal in November 2021 when Dorsey stepped down as CEO and was replaced by longtime CTO Parag Agrawal. Shareholders of Twitter hoped that this change of management would lead to a turnaround in stock price. However, Parag provided disappointing guidance for expenses, and the stock price continued to decline. Twitter's power vacuum opened an opportunity for Musk to get involved. In just a few months following Dorsey's exit, He seized the 9.2% position. He bought the position for $3 billion and has already been rewarded with paper gains of $1 billion. Although he isn't doing it for the money, even if he could double-check the stock price with reforms, this would only increase his net worth by 1%. Clearly, it's not worth his time, but what are his motives if he is not in it for the money? Any guess? Write it down on the comments section. His 80 million followers make him the 8th most followed account on the entire platform. He tweets about Tesla, SpaceX, cryptocurrencies, and random things online. The week before Musk announced his stake, he posted a Twitter poll asking if Twitter upheld free speech principles. Of the 2 million votes, 70 said no. According to him, Twitter is kind of a public town square where democracy is undermined by violation of free speech principles. Right-wing pundits and politicians have been increasingly critical of Twitter for what they perceive to be a censorship of right-wing views in recent years. As for Twitter, they say its policies are just intended to prevent hate speech and misinformation. It looks like censorship is Musk's #1 concern because he has tweeted about it frequently. Twitter's most high-profile and controversial move was banning Donald Trump's account permanently. The tweets were accused of inciting violence around the January 6 protests. So, having Elon Musk on board would allow him to potentially change their policies to accommodate conservative concerns. This would put Trump supporters at ease staying on Twitter and eliminate the need to switch to other platforms. Yet, what amount of power will Musk have? He is the company's single largest shareholder, owning 9.2% of the shares. But to unilaterally make decisions, you need 51%, and Musk does not appear to be interested in radical changes. He was appointed to the board of directors by Twitter, and under existing regulations, board members may not own more than 15% of the outstanding shares. He certainly has the money to step down and buy as many shares as he likes if he wanted to, but it does not appear that Musk will go down that road. He plans to build a constructive relationship with the existing Twitter management team. CEO Parag Agrawal expressed excitement to welcome Musk to the board and said that Musk will bring great value to the organization. His comments indicate that Musk has been a passionate believer and intense critic of Twitter, and it is important to have 2 points of view on the board. In other words, it looks like Parag has an open mind about content moderation on the platform and will be working with Musk on the topic. In his opinion, Twitter is unlikely to be radically changed anytime soon, but through Musk's influence on the board, he may try to steer Twitter towards a more libertarian path. It just seems that the stock price has overreacted to the upside. As the richest person on Earth, Musk stands to gain only a rounding error in shareholder value at Twitter, compared to his 20% stake in Tesla. There's no doubt that Elon could have bought the 10% if he wanted to, but he opted not to. Possibly, he wanted to purchase just enough to demonstrate his point without taking on an active role in still another company. Possibly, he is trying to accomplish his goal with Twitter without actually having to take full responsibility. Elon Musk was appointed to the board of directors on Twitter on April 5th, regardless of whether this was Elon's plans or not. Nonetheless, it's hard to imagine exactly what Elon Musk is trying to accomplish, or how he would be able to find time to pursue anything substantive. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on Elon Musk and his companies, make sure you click the subscribe and bell button.